What's up guys, Mr. Steve, and I've got the cracks add-on. This is a simulation based add-on, which is super cool. And what you do is you just come in, and this is, like I said, this is V1, super basic. It's not going to be a workflow. Just don't think that. Download it free, just kind of play with the program a little bit, and see if you think that adding cracks to your mesh like this is a good thing for you. And then you can go pick up the full version. So we'll append cell sim, and this doesn't come in necessarily, with everything perfect like the full version does. It just comes in with basic cracks, and you can see what it does. This is gonna give you the option to offset the cracks, so we can move the cracks in and out just a little bit, and you can rotate the cuts, which is pretty cool. If you rotate the cut like that, then you'll have whatever design you get. You can change the noise type, and if it diverges like so and is not connected, you can't separate them as parts like a regular self-fracture. But let's crack this a little bit with the noise type ticked off here, and this will work perfect. And we'll go ahead and apply the cuts, and you can bake this also. If you save your file, you can bake, and I wouldn't do more than, say, I wouldn't do more than 30 frames, and it will change everything down here for you too. And this works in Blender 4.2. And this is the kind of crappy version, basically. But like I said, it's a trial. So now I apply these cuts, and then I separate these as loose parts. And now what you can do is you've got all these loose parts. Do whatever you want. And then I can hit A for all on this, or the little trick is you can leave it the way it is, or right-click on the collection and select those objects. And you can add these parts to a collection, and everything that's selected will go in there, and it'll be loose parts. It'll name it for you. And that's effectively all that the basic version does. So let's go ahead now and check out the full version. Now I'm just going to go ahead and uninstall this one. Let's see if it comes back. And yeah, it'll let me uninstall it like a legacy, no big deal. And then the next one probably comes in as an extension, don't really remember. And now I'll grab Cracks V3. And I remember buying my own because I had no idea that Blender Market actually worked. And I bought this a long time ago when I think it was just V1. But I'll get the latest version here. And we'll go ahead and download that. And jump back over. Go to my downloads, and I've got Cracks version 3 or V3. Go ahead and load that up. I think that loads as an extension. So let's look at that. Take 2 seconds. Yeah, it loads as an extension. I switched it over. So this is cool because this one's very comprehensive. We'll just go back to our beautiful default cube, and we'll crack this with V3. And if we press Shift left arrow, that resets us to frame 1. Pretty standard. And now this one has a lot of extra things. If you want to crack a sub-D plane, you can do that. You can purge. You've got adding a subdivision surface with the adaptive subdivision on it. It'll give you how many objects are detected in the scene, and it'll give you the option to create custom collections. You can open the outliner, a lot of different things. Now, I can set this to cracks level 1. I can set it to cracks level 2, and you can see that's going to get bigger as I add more of a level to that. And then you'll get a little bit of a different design when you click on Earthquake, whatever, and you click on Shatter. It's pretty close. Those are both pretty close. But we do cracks V1, and then you'll be able to crack this, and this one works so smooth. I sped everything up in this one. Let's go ahead, jump over to material shading for just a moment, and let's go ahead and add the crack shader, which is right here. And as soon as you do that, you'll be able to choose some stuff, but let's go to cracks right down here. Let's add the cracks RGB. When you do that, it's going to load this up for us. Now we can change this. So this is going to be initially the crack color on the left. Change this to be whatever you want. Make that green. Change this white one to like an orange, whatever you want to do. Now that looks pretty cool, and this is procedural, like I said. Well, I said that on the Blender Market page. until you don't want it to be, until you want it destructive. And this is based on simulation, and so we're gonna have to save this. So we'll just save an untitled file, which I keep saving in the same place. And now you'll see it says bake v3, set to 30 frames, just like I said in the previous. We go ahead and click bake on this. This will go ahead and it'll bake at some point in my life here, apparently. Let's see. Okay, so I had to pause for a second. I didn't have the object selected as active, so that wasn't working. So I'll just delete the bake real quick. Takes a couple seconds, and we click bake. Boom, it bakes out. We love it. Now, when you do these cracks, you'll find out, hey, right around 17, it starts breaking down. So we're gonna go to 17. I'm gonna delete this bake and then rebake it. And now I've got a stable cracks layout. And you can kind of check the mesh, make sure nothing else is getting out of whack. I think that looks pretty good. You can change the colors, do whatever you want. There's a V2 and a V4 cracks. Those are a little bit different. Not going to cover all that. I've got another tutorial for it. You can add active and passive rigid bodies and things like that once you've set it up. Now, what I can do is I can go in and fill the cracks in this one. And you got to actually, let's take that off. Let's delete the bake. Shift left arrow, because remember, this is Blender 3.6 and up simulation only. And we can click on fill cracks. And what that's going to do is it's going to actually put some geometry in the cracks and fill them, which is pretty cool. It does slow the PC down quite a bit, so be careful using that. As you can see, you get a little bit of a change when you click on it. And if you are running this up, I would hit the right arrow like a little bit here and there. Don't do too much because you're going to crash your PC. But that's how you can fill them. Super cool, works great. Let's see, you could change the crack type. And remember, do all this on frame 1. And then you can get a little bit of a different crack type. You can also add an object in here. And this would be the last thing I cover because there's tons. This could be an hour-long tutorial. But I've got a lot of tutorials based on this. So I will select my crack proximity object right here. Now what's going to happen when I go to frame 1 is I can grab the empty and I can now begin to move the cracks around. And you know, it's kind of hard to see, but you'll be able to move the crack around anywhere you want, pretty much. And I just want to put it here in the corner, which is pretty cool. I can just crack up the corner. And then I can go ahead, let's grab this as an active object. I'm going to apply the cracks. I like what I've got. Then I can see, let's separate these. And this is automatic now. So you select this and you just grab parts 1 and you add parts 1. And then it separates and resets all the origin to geometry for you. So it's pretty cool. And we grab, the idea of this is crack your mesh, do it again. Crack your mesh, do it again. Do whatever you want. Now we can grab this one piece, right? And we're going to click V3 cracks. And it's going to kill the shader on it. Just be aware of that. Let's go back and we can crack this piece up a lot. And then we can go back and what were we? We were level 1 cracks. So now you can shift left arrow, go back, and now you get all these high precision cracks in there, and you can crack the mesh again. You can kind of do that down to a very fine, minute, you know, you can get that to really go down to small cracks. We'll just keep it that way. And then you have some damage stuff here for planes. Not going to go in and explain that. That's just the basic damage there. You know, you got clouds and different things and Voronoi and all that. That's fun to play with, and that's where your sub-D plane will come in. And there you go. This is just kind of a one-up on the Cracks add-on if you guys wish to go pick it up. Like I said, I'm going to make V1 absolutely free because it's a real pain in the neck to use and it's not very intuitive. But just remember, don't beat me up. It's only a demo. Yeah, that's it, guys. Appreciate you watching. Catch y'all in the next one for sure. I've got a lot of cool add-ons coming out. And I'll put some sneak peeks in the video soon. But yeah, that's it. See you.